my friends. It is Thursday. My name is Dwain, and we are almost to the end of another week of our study. I hope you have been blessed and enjoyed and been enjoying this study in God's Word this week. Today, we're looking at the vindication of God's name. The vindication of God's name. We sometimes think that everything happening on earth is all about us, but if you remember, it was Satan who led a rebellion in heaven and who was cast out and has come down to earth, having great wrath, right? He slandered the name of God and continues to slander his name to us. So God's got to vindicate his name and vindicate his character in this process. And he does that in part through the sacrifice of Jesus Christ. But God does something else that's very interesting. We see it, for instance, in Romans chapter 3, verses 1 to 4. And we also see it in Isaiah chapter 5. Do you remember? Remember Isaiah chapter 5, verses 1 to 4? The vineyard, remember that? Right around verse 3 and 4, the owner of the vineyard says, God says to Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, what more do you think I could do? Judge me, judge me, judge me. Tell me if I need to do something differently. God, in some limited sense, allows himself to be judged, to be evaluated. And even now on this planet, as we go through this life, God not only is judging men and women, but he invites human beings to also serve in that function, especially the post-Advent judgment. Now, there's a pre-Advent judgment. That is the investigative judgment that's coming right now. In that judgment process, God is examining men and women. He's looking for witnesses, people who will testify to who he is. It's not just a judgment to carve people, to push people out. It's a judgment that judges the righteous, those who deserve to be saved, those who will stand as great testimonies, great witnesses for the vindication of God's character. Oh, beloved, when we think about that thing, we ought to not fear the judgment. We know the judge, the advocate is Jesus Christ, the righteous. We need not be afraid. We only need to walk by faith in the salvation offered through Jesus Christ, and we have nothing to fear. But here's something else that's critical. Not only is God going to be justified in that process, that pre-Advent judgment, but post-Advent, when the righteous stand as judges of all that has happened. 1 Corinthians 6, 2 and 3. We will judge even angels at that day. We will rise up and say, not only us, but all who will be raised after that judgment, the resurrection of the wicked and the damned. Even they will bow down along with the devil himself, and they will declare just and true are the ways of God. Philippians chapter 2, verses 10 and verse 11. Every knee will bow and every tongue will confess that God is just and that God is righteous. God will vindicate his name. He couldn't do it by coercion and power. He had to do it by a demonstration of his love. And in the judgment, we will see that in full relief. Don't give up on God. It's not done yet. He will explain himself in ways that will make us never want to ever sin again.